Tsige Duguma takes lane 6, the world indoor champion in Glasgow, silver medalist in Paris, but she couldn't handle the fast pace set by her teammate. Target is set. The world leading mark currently held by Nikki Hiltz, 1:58.23. Meeting record 1:58.58 from Asna Ben-Hassi way back in 2005. That could be possible. 7 women sub 1:59 this season. A few of them here in this field, and Getachew has got off incredibly fast. The pacemaker is going to have a really down the back straight here. You know, check the Polish woman in the red singlet on the outside of the track. She's going to have to gauge her effort really well here. Getachew has slammed the brakes on ever so slightly. Duguma right behind her. What a good job from the Polish woman to get to the front there. It is quick, 27 seconds through 200 metres, but she had to do that after that first 100 metres from Getachew.
Well, that was extraordinary. That was some very, very agile pacemaking there from the pole. And now they're just settling down. You can see the green lights there behind them, looking to go through halfway in 58.50. They have slowed down, though, in this second 200 metres.
They have. Gushek doing a good job to stay ahead of the field, but they're really bunched here. You can see Goyle Toppin going all the way out to lane 2. Wiley defending her position there, 58.5. It's really quick through the first 400 metres. Getachew loves to run fast. Addie Wiley made up for a disappointment not making the final at the US Olympic trials. She went on to go sub-2 in her next 6 races and pushed herself up to 5th in the US all-time rankings with a 1:56. Addie Wiley trying to attack on the back straight to just Getachew. Digs deep at the moment. Getachew looking full of running, but she's run this aggressively. She's expended a lot of energy, the Ethiopian, as she goes through 600 metres in 1:27.4. The good tucked in on the inside, and there goes Duguma trying to move around the outside of Getachew. Last year's world indoor champion versus this year's world indoor silver medalist go toe-to-toe for Ethiopia. Duguma looks like she's got her pacing absolutely perfect here in the Shanghai Kachow Diamond League. Duguma strides away, destroys the field in the closing 50 metres. Keep your eye on the clock. The meeting record is going to get shattered by Duguma. It's a world-leading 1:56.64. Easily the best 800 metres we've seen so far in this season. And Duguma, how disappointed would she have been with the 6th place in attempting to defend her title in Nanjing? She gets herself a much better result in this Chinese meeting. 1:56.64, sensational. And Sarah Billings must have run a huge personal best in second.
Yeah, great finish from Billings coming through on the inside late. But that was all about getting the pacing right, and Duguma looks as though she's gone away from Nanjing, where she didn't get the pacing right at all, and has done some work, maybe looked back at the race several times with her coach, and has come in, and that was pretty much spot on. A really aggressive opening 200. We thought they'd slow down. Yes, they have, but they still went through halfway in 56.54, which was inside the pace required. And then in the final 250, really put on the burners. Look at Billings coming through in the yellow on the inside, just taking out Nagai as well to come through in second place. A big personal best for her, 1:57.83, but a much more mature, measured performance from Duguma.
And that's the Duguma we saw last year indoors. Outdoors she was phenomenal, and all of the indoor season until Nanjing she seemed to get it very, very right. But the patience there from Duguma paid off, and you've got to say you think there's more in the tank there. You could see that. I'm sure she wasn't speeding up in the last 100. Everyone else was perhaps slowing down, but she obliterates the meeting record and the world leading mark. And Sarah Billings, second all-time in the Australian rankings, just behind Katrina Bissett.